So take away what's left behind, so you can feel the rain from the other side. think I'm tripping, tripping on my own too. I think I'm tripping, tripping on my own too. I think I'm tripping on my own too. I think I'm tripping, tripping on my own too.
Don't speak too much, walk like I don't speak too much. Okay, those I like. You know I'm coming. I'll be right around with you. I'll be right around with you. Brother Jones, you know I'm coming. I'll be right around with you. I'll be right around with you. Those I like.
Yeah, 10 days in a foreign land without you here. Dead way, I've been holding on to my let go here. Right here, still in the rust right here, still in the rust right here, right here. 10 days, 10 days, 10 days. 10 days, 10 days, 10 days.
You know I'm coming. I'll be right around with you. I'll be right around with you.
In a foreign land without you here. Eyes wider, my thoughts older, but you're still not here. Still in the rust right here. Still in the rust right here. Still in the rust right here. Right here.
Back it up and dump it. 10 days, 10 days, 10 days.
10 days, 10 days.
escape. Can't escape. I don't wanna know how this will end. Everywhere I go, can't seem to get away. Do I hear you now? Calling, 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 calling my name. Do you feel me now? If ever I was sleeping, now I'm awake. Do I hear? Do I hear? Do I hear you now? Do I hear? Do I hear? Do I hear you now? Do I hear you now? Calling, 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 calling my name. Do I hear you now? Stone cold eyes, they take me away. Oh, so high that I can't escape. Can't escape. I don't wanna know how this will end. Everywhere I go, can't seem to get away. Do I hear you now? Calling, 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 calling my name. Do you feel me now? If ever I was sleeping, now I'm awake. Do you feel me now? Do you feel me now? If ever I was sleeping, now I'm awake. Do I hear? Do I hear? Do I hear? Do I hear? Do I hear?
What's up, guys? All right, good morning. Let's get this thing focused. There we go. How we doing, gang? Let's get to it. New week, happy Monday. We got opportunities, new opportunities, an abundance of opportunities. I know some of you are, you got fresh trading accounts that you're about to dive into, maybe Tradify, maybe Lucid, maybe you're a TopStep trader. Actually, let me know. Let me know what firms are you guys using to trade right now, or are you trading live? Maybe your own money, CFDs. Let me know. But yeah, so if you're trading something new, maybe you got a fresh funded, you're newly funded, you're loading up your live accounts. Some of you, maybe you're compounding, you're always adding a bit more to that live. I strongly recommend it. But regardless of what you're doing, we have an abundance of opportunities, huge gap up to start the week. So we'll be looking at indices. We'll keep track with metals and everything. We'll just be on the lookout this week. Oil last week just was absolutely ridiculous, just ripping it nonstop. Didn't really have any entries there. But as you guys know, I'm not necessarily going to. I'm not. I would say, what's the word? I'm not loyal specifically to an asset. I trade the setups, and then whatever that is what it is. But more often than not, yeah, we got indices that we're trading. Sometimes metals, sometimes oil, depending on the season. But yeah, we got really two main models that we trade, and everything else we'll see it through. But yeah, let's dive into it. It's a nice day out here. So let's see, we got some Lucid trading here, 50K live account with OX Securities. Sweet. What's up, Jack? Let me see who's in here. Karen, hope you enjoyed your birthday. Harshi, was good. What's good? How's the six? What up, Brandon, Jeff, Corey, Amy? Good to see you on here. Patrick, Seth, F. Chios. How's everything out there in Cyprus? Puccini, Keresha. Got PR in here, and Rafa, Lucid. All right, dope. Sweet. Cool. I think this week it's time for another giveaway for the community this week. So make sure you stay on the sessions throughout the week. We're live Monday through Friday. We do a giveaway on average, I say once every week or 2 weeks. Cool. Some TopStep, some FTMO. Nice. Lucid and live. Beautiful. All right, well, let's dive into it, guys. If you guys are getting new accounts, we do have a relationship with a few. Code is MAGO. That'll get you guys a nice little discount. But okay, so as we saw the market kick things off this week, we definitely gapped up massively. If you look at NQ started the week just about 200 points higher than where it ended the week. Dow jumped up just about 200 points as well. And then S&P with a nice jump. And this was about 44 points or so. So very bullish start to the week, just because we gap up throughout the, all of these different indices. Doesn't mean it's got to fill the gap today. People always talk about how, gaps need to be filled. And it's like, cool, that's very nice generic advice. But when, so when you hear that phrase, if you hear other traders use that phrase, just remember it's not necessarily, it doesn't need to be filled right now. It doesn't need to be filled right away. Eventually, you'll get there. And typically there's some context when the market gets there. So we shall see when they do. For now, I'm not necessarily going to sell right away just because we have a gap down here. But with that being said, I want to look at Dow because Dow has been the most bullish. So right now, just, within the last hour, we just cleared out this high from this structure. So this is the 1 hour time frame I have in front of you. So we had lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And so right now we are currently breaching the previous high. So we are sitting above here. This definitely liquidates previous sellers. Traders were using this high as a stop. So what's up, Joe? So we got currently we're seeing liquidity sweep on the high time frame for Dow Jones. This was Wednesday, 9 a.m. So New York session. Now the high of the week, and that was also the high of the week. So right away we get above the high of last week. Okay. Meanwhile, NASDAQ, a little different. NASDAQ has not been as bullish. We saw Tokyo highs get taken out during London. And then there was a little bit of a shakeout setup here that has brought the market down. So we're nowhere near these highs from Wednesday. So if we're going to be looking for sells with something, it's going to be NQ. NQ is definitely just not ripping whatsoever. So because it already has way less bullish momentum, I think this will naturally keep pushing lower. What I do want to zoom out on with you guys is the following. So let me go to the daily real quick. I just want you to see where we're at on the daily as well. So the daily time frame, we gapped down to this structure. This it was like I think the beginning. Okay, I didn't see this before, but we traded right into the structure of this bearish candle before everything ripped like crazy over here, and then we bounced yesterday. Meanwhile, Dow doesn't really get below any of these levels. So as soon as this clears these lows, we're back up here again. So could it be that we're going to see NQ kind of give us a shakeout and then continue bullish? Because the Dow definitely got moving. So today is going to be really, really important for us to understand what structure is going to look like what direction are we really going in on the higher time frame, or with NQ and or with Dow. So anyways, and then lastly, before I get into the details, S&P also has, worked its way up, got to this high from Thursday's London session, but we also haven't broken, the highs of the week from last week either. So only Dow has just ridiculous bullish momentum for now, and then NQ seems to be very much more stagnant. So, okay, we have New York open in 2.5 minutes. So what could we do? Is there something to trade over here? So you do have 15-minute structure on NQ, right? We get above this high, back down, back above again. So we're kind of like, NQ just shows that it was going higher, but every time it tried, it would just come right back down. So I'm not in love with bullish momentum right now for NQ. And so let's go into smaller time frames here. Now I'm on the 5-minute, okay? 5-minute here, you have London highs around 28,750. The market does poke above here briefly, works its way down. This was that shakeout that we were talking about. So best trade of the day for sure was around like 5:55 a.m. Now the market's just working its way down some more. So where are the key areas for reversals in the market right now? I think there's a couple. One, there's this last pump up here before the market crashes down with NASDAQ. So you got this here right around London high. And then you have another version, very similar, but you have this push up here. So just 30 minutes ago, the market pumps up, takes out this little 1-minute high, and comes crashing down. So you have both of these areas where the market could come back up again and reverse. The thing that I don't love about this here with NQ is that we already traded into this a couple times. So you saw this spike up, take out some liquidity. This is like intra range, small time frame stuff, like inner liquidity type of thing. And then we bounce right out of here and drop down. But the question is, when the market came over to here, did this close out this buy or this one? So I'm gonna play this by ear. Right now, it's very obvious that NQ has a lot of bearish momentum. So, and Dow doesn't, not nearly as much. They're both coming down a little bit, but NQ just has way more momentum. So for expectation purposes, I don't see myself taking anything right away. I don't really see it happening that way. I would want to see NQ stay bearish for honestly for quite some time if it's going to come back to these areas. So yeah, that kind of gets me, it's kind of sidelined for a bit here. And then if I am going to take any trades, I mean, you see this sweep to the downside from Dow a couple hours before the day closes. So you have that big push down. This lures in tons of sellers, sell stops. Then it kind of slows down for the day before it gaps up into the new week. So the market coming back to this area, I'm down to trade and buy over here. But we got ways to go, right? We got quite a bit before that happens. So that's 500 plus points away. That might not be something that happens today even. So no rush there. From my point of view, NQ, like I mentioned, I want to see it stay steady, stay bearish here for some time. And then if we work our way back down, you know, throughout later in New York session, could be in a couple hours, could be like back half of the day. That's cool too. What's up, Michael? What's up, Marty? So yeah, indices is not like screaming at me to kick things off for the day. Metals have been clearly more bearish, specifically silver. You're seeing the market work its way down. And if you ever want to know like, oh, what's, you know, like what asset is more or less bullish or bearish, just take your fib, follow the structure. Right here, we're bullish. So market cap's up to here. It's at a 71% pullback with silver. Okay. Meanwhile, gold here, if we do the same thing, gold's at a little bit above a 618 pullback. So at the moment, silver is just more bearish. Plain and simple. It's much more bearish. So gold is holding this structure a bit better. And some of you may be thinking now, right? What about this, right? If gold kind of crashed down to end the session for the day and then it, you know, started back up here, could this be kind of a zone of interest for buys? Is this possible? And I think if silver keeps dropping more and more, maybe it's worth taking a swing at gold buys here. Could be worth it. I'd want to see where everything else is at, but for now that's about it. And then someone asked, what about London low for Dow for MYM on the 5-minute? It's a bit in the range, but it's a liquidity sweep. No? Sure. Yeah, you have this right here. All right, I'll give you that. Got a little sweepage. Clear some lows. Sure. Let's look at Dow, just YM, the mini. Yeah, okay. I typically prefer buying below London or Tokyo lows on a day. Not that this can't work. I would love to see maybe a little bit more alignment. So, okay, check this out. So NQ just got below Tokyo low. So it's in this gap now. I know NQ NASDAQ traders are gonna want this here. This is one of the most obvious like buy zones for just retail. So for the market to reverse out of here, I think it's almost too obvious. So I'm not against it, but now that NQ is below Tokyo lows, I am more open to this London high, this London session mitigation. So if we get Dow to trade over to here, I'm down. What would be cool is if we can see S&P take out this low. So let's say, so here's the alignment. Tokyo low swept on S&P. If that's a check, NQ still, you know, somewhere in this imbalance, maybe out of this structure, and then that lines up with this Dow zone, this buy, I'm game. So I want to see a couple different things because that'll give us a high probability trade for sure. Otherwise, you know, I'm going to be chilling. But yeah, good looks on that, Patrick. I do think there's a possibility there for sure. All right, outside of that, we have oil. So all right, let's talk about oil. Oil, as bullish as indices have been, that's how bearish oil has been. And this has given, actually, this is traded out of every single zone that we had last week. So These were all the zones that we had marked up. We had this initial zone right here for the buy. This went ahead and reacted actually really well. So that was completed. I ended up deleting that one on Friday. We have our second zone right here. Now here's where I had my original, idea for the trade right over here. And this went ahead and again popped off this zone. So it wouldn't have triggered me in. But, we played out of where we had previous levels of support. So if you had the zone marked up, I remember Kanoe, I think on oil, you had this marked up. Some of the fast track group, you guys had this marked up too. Which, remember guys, we will have our webinar breaking down all of the 30-day program for those of you that are beginners or still feel like beginners. That's going to be on Wednesday, 7 p.m. So if you haven't registered for that yet, make sure to do so. So here you go. Click that link, get registered so you can see what that's all about. Now, the last zone. The final zone here for oil, which is the one that I am most, this is the one where I think we can get the actual reversal. These other two, I felt like, okay, we'll get an intraday reversal and then the market will do its thing. But this last one over here, this is the one where I figured, okay, we can actually get maybe a swing trade, like a massive reversal out of this one. So waiting on this last zone. Have alerts set over here if we get there. Now, oil lately, right? What has it been doing? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. We broke below this previous low not too long ago, right? During London session. We traded here for a bit. It kind of came down and right back up. I don't love this kind of price action. When the market just quickly gets below structure and right back above. This to me looks, when I see something like this, I don't like the previous high as much. It is currently rejecting this, but I'm not sold. So these are trades that I don't take. So when the market kind of gives a weak break, so it's just here quickly, then typically the high right previous to it, this one has a lower probability of being respected. So I see this break pretty often. So for now, I'm okay. I'm at peace with just not being in this trade. I know some of you maybe still take this. You're like, all right, you know what? This was good enough for me. Here is the mitigation. This, because there was a big buy right there. And so for some of you, this is still good enough and you're in the sell right now. So if that's you, awesome. I can see it, it's not like the best for me. It's like mid at best. This would have been maybe half hour, less than half of hour for me. But yeah, hopefully if you're taking it, it's working out for you. Meanwhile, NQ bounced pretty aggressively, coming back down. Dow is just squeezing over here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting a buy out of here. I think there's a possibility we trade out of here. So let's see. Wait this one out. Okay. Cool. All right, so that leaves us there. We've covered quickly indices, metals, oil. Got this lower zone way over here as well for oil. But swing trade oil here is fair. This is one that I would probably let rip for a bit. All right, quickly gonna make my way through the majors. We had our NZD trade actually reverse really well from last week. Let me know if you took this last week. Our euro as well played out of here really nicely, which ended up mitigating this zone over here. Here was the sell, so that played out both little ping pong action. We were looking at if we had a shakeout trade here for CAD, which guess what we did? Remember we talked about this one. To end the week, it was literally to end the week perfectly right there. So if you took that to the high, take profit there. I don't really carry over throughout the weekend unless there's special occasions, but that's about it there. Crypto is starting to pull right now, so it's got momentum. Sol, it looks like we're gonna get sold at 80, I think by the end of the month. ETH is not playing, so ETH is recovering very well. And then you have Bitcoin rallying right now. So in my opinion, I also think we see Bitcoin hit 70K by the end of the month. Okay. All right, any questions so far? Any charts you guys want me to look at? Let your boy know. Don't be shy, don't be shy. All right, while all of that is rolling out, we have, let's see, Adobe on a 3% jump back above the 230s. Robinhood looks like recovering from that. What about CAD, man? Coinbase pushing. So quick bounce back as well. All right, let's see. Netflix over 70. Shopify, 7% jump. Jeez, big jump. Nice. Nintendo, 6.6% jump. Let's go. We are up roughly 8%, 8.6% on this. Did I like your NQ trade, or do you think it was mid? Are you farming? Are you aura farming right now, Corey? Hits a 10R. Hey, do you think this was good? Come on, guy. You're a savage. Look at this trade. What do you want me to do, man? Invite me to the party next time. That was sick trade. Yeah, no, you're right. It wasn't good. It was great. All right, yeah, I can take a look at CAD. Give me a sec. Coinbase jumping. Yeah, I mean, the market obviously gapped up, so everything was going to jump pretty decently. Let's see. Lucid had its, little orchestration. Duolingo with some steady growth still. All right. Etsy did its thing. PayPal still sitting at 55, so it's actually been really steady here. I like how well PayPal's stayed over here. So on the chance that we end up making a pullback, we have earnings report tomorrow. So either we gap up again or we gap down. If we do gap down, I'm willing to pick some up. Webull holding above previous resistance well, so continuations are likely there. Sony on a 5% jump. Why does Sony get crushed so much? So Sony's stock really is not anything too crazy. But I don't know, you got Spider-Man coming out, you got some other things. It might be time for this thing to fill this. This is a very conservative stock, so if you like to just keep it kind of safer, Sony's not doing too bad. AMC with a generational squeeze here. Everyone's praying that this thing wakes up like it did in 2021. Yeah, the physical games thing that they killed was like a month and a half ago. I think that caused this drop here. That was a nice little break the low just for this to get eaten right back up. Consumers didn't like the physical games for the PS5, but will the shareholders like that? Probably, because it's less cost for them. Oh, Airbnb hit our target. I didn't even see this. Oh, sick. Okay, cool. Guys, and I don't know how many of you guys got Airbnb stock from last year or earlier this year, but if you did, we have hit our first target, which was 150. So yeah, feel free to go check that out. For those of you that were picking up Paramount, they just stalled the merger again. So now we got below these lows. Big liquidity sweep here. Long term, personally, I think we're good, but that's just I'm not really too concerned. That's my psychology on that. I think it'll be a great options pickup. But okay, let's get back to the markets here. These NQ is getting deeper and deeper into the gap. Dow is building up more and more liquidity here. There's a lot of support here, so there's a lot of perceived support. So people are going to be buying at these lows. I think we break below here for sure. Do Indians can register for the webinar? I tried to register, but it's not accepting you. Oh, because of the phone number? That's a good question. I mean, you can. I'll try to figure out the phone number thing, man. Okay, nice. So we have S&P also getting pretty close here. All right, taking out that Tokyo low. I think Dow's got basically a spike down. I think we could see this soon. Yeah, I think we could see this Dow trade soon. It's got to drop at least another 100 points. So let's see, maybe a little higher in this zone. The risk reward here is worth it, in my opinion. Yeah, thanks, babe. Yeah, send me a message on school and we'll figure it out. I'll never ask questions again. Yeah, NQ is just melting for sure. It wasn't really an entry for me, so I mean, it's what it is. What it is. Can't force the trades, you know. Got to trade your game. Okay, so you were asking about CAD mitigation. Where do you see this? Over here, up here? For sells? Puccini, are you looking for sells here? Let's see. Mitigating and reversing. Or are you looking for buys? I could see this, but possibly. You're in a buy? Okay, so based off of my views on the market, I definitely don't see a mitigation. So remember, if for the highest probability plays, and let's say there's a smart money sell-off, so here you have a liquidity sweep of all this, the market's supposed to create a higher high. It's supposed to get above structure and maintain it. So this should have gone up above, giving you bullish structure. Then you could look for buys. So that did not happen. it did give us the shakeout, right? So it came up to here. So within this massive crash, chilled up here, pulled back down. So this was a good old break and retest, lured in retail sellers at this point, like right at this low. This is where we had some support, so it could have bought this. Your take profits are up here. Now the market tries to get above these highs and then fails again. So what we're seeing more of is a lack of, the market doesn't want to maintain highs over here. Every time it tries, it fails. So in my opinion, the better trade is to sell here. So for my plan, my playbook, this is a much better trade. There's not like anything else open anymore. Like everything has been swept, in my opinion. The big sell-offs have already reversed. This traded down to an imbalance. It's just not a trade I would take. So yeah, that's it for me. It's not there for me. Obviously, like if you have your rules, cool. But not my kind of trade. And for that reason, I'm out. Yeah, so you got to be careful with the structure, the higher highs failing. Those can be enticing sometimes, but it's just, to me, not really worth it. All right, so NQ's sitting in this gap. We've already seen it kind of reverse a little bit once. Meanwhile, Dow is getting closer and closer to breaking this low. So I wonder if we're going to see a sweep of this soon here. Let's see. And then S&P kind of pushing lower. Okay. All right, now that we're getting a little bit closer to some possible trades, go and make sure that your trade copiers, if you have them, like if you're trading multiple, make sure those are set in stone. That way you don't run into any issues. Make sure if you're trading different accounts and you have different risk sizes, go change that. Make sure that looks all good. Look at your connections, make sure that's all set. And then if you trade off of like TradingView, remember like you have, like make sure you're logged in and all that. So some of the first, especially when you start off in the week, sometimes we just like don't have certain technology set up in stone, but you know, that's it. Just quick little reminder so y'all are good here. Let's see, how much longer is this gonna take? Put an O in the chat if you trade options. O in the chat if you trade options. So I want to go over this with you guys here. I briefly looked at it. I wasn't really too convinced on this, but I think it was worth mentioning. All right. Got Nance put an O. FGOs put an O. Okay, so I mean, there's more than one. All right, so take a look at this. I don't have any affiliation or anything with these guys, but just saw an options prop firm. The rules are, I don't know, the rules are a little bit much for me. But so check it out. Okay, you have an eval. You got to go make 10% on the account. You need to take at least 10 trades. Can be more. 30% consistency. So of your 10% growth, so let's say you're trading 100K, you can't make more than 3K a trade if you want your target to be that 10K. Loss limit of 5%. And this is the part that sucks the most, is intraday trailing. So your loss limit is going to trail in real time. So even if you don't close the profit, like you float into profit, that will now be your high. But it's cool to see options prop firms, just in general. So, I mean, yeah, there you have it. 100K account is $500 a month. So it's definitely, it's like priced like CFD prop firms with the harsh rules of like Apex intraday drawdown. So it's the worst of both worlds. So yeah, so if you're like super into options and you think you're a savage, I mean, good luck, you know? But it just, the main thing that I wanted to say was this, I talked about this a couple months ago that I was like, all right, options trading is gonna get props soon and that is gonna blow up. So maybe I should make one. Maybe we'll make a prop because this would be getting in very, very early. Very early. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen other ones. Let me know. I'm curious. I don't care enough to pay this much money for shit rules. But, you know, wanted to just get that out there. You guys are grown-ass people, so you can decide whether you want to spend your money or not. But for me, I'm gonna wait it out for now. Did you see the new Lucid daily plans? No, I don't think so. How new? Lucid daily plans. I don't see it on their site. What are you talking about? Lucid Pro. Tell me more. All right, so guys, everything's lining up for Dow. Basically, as soon as it hits here, like I'm in there. So NQ deep into the imbalance fill over here into the gap. That's lining up perfectly. Dow is almost in this reversal zone. And then S&P is actively filling the gap, taking out Tokyo lows. So yeah, everything's lining up really nicely here. I like the buys here soon. I'm gonna set my limit here. See if we get wicked into this bad boy. Ooh. I love when we have what's it called? When I can get into the over 20 micros on Dow. That's nice. Just came out today. What source do I trust? What do you mean, what source do I trust? Just God? Let's see. Lucid trading 20 hours ago. They posted daily loss limit. KYC stuff. Did they send like an email or something? All right, guys, we're getting pretty close, so be ready. S&P almost to where it started to sell off from, so I think both of those might happen at the same time. And Q about to get to where we had resistance, where we had this gap. So we could see a flip in across the board here soon. All right, so let me go dual screen here. I want to be able to see what's going on. All right. All right, we're in the zone. So market can definitely start to reverse in the area now. I'm triggered in, guys, so I'm in there. Let's see if I am gonna survive or if we're gonna get clapped. So, all right, doing its thing. We have NQ where we saw some previous resistance and support. S&P where it opened the mitigation right there. So yeah, everything's lined up perfectly. We're in there. I'm up about 250, about half hour, 300 now. So decent reaction so far. 64 points. I want to see a 64 at least point move up about 1R now, almost. All right, so a little bit more aggressive reaction, and then I'm moving my stops up. So just like that, we're about 1R reaction. This is the sign of smart money getting in. You can see the way that it's moving, just a very aggressive reversal. So with that being said, I am moving to, what's it called? Let me go to the 1 minute here. Let me mark this up. It was short of the full move though, fuck. 65, hold on, I haven't confirmed this yet. Dude, what a snipe. 50 points. All right, now I can move this. Came back down, held up really well, playing into where we've seen this little order block. So I'm gonna confirm it. I'm gonna go break even. Stops to break even. Let's see if that's gonna hold. We got at least well over a 1R reversal. All right. And then let's see how everything else is reversing. Did we have more momentum? With S&P hasn't reversed much at all. NQ still going down. So we don't even have that alignment yet where they're all starting to push higher. Okay, sick. So shout out to Patrick for like putting this back on the radar. And then obviously you guys saw why I aligned with it for sure. Yeah, so let's see where we can get this to. If you want a conservative take profit, guys, right here, basically 52,650, I think is a great place for some intraday. If you're more of a conservative take profit, then right here you lock in your 2.5-ish. Markets can reverse from this zone. So yeah, if you wanted to lock something in, definitely feel free to do that there. All right, I hit my consistency rule on one account already. Let's see, I think I'm about to on another half dozen. Cool, so guys, we're flying past the 2.5R, 3R. At this point now, I'm gonna move my stops into a bit more profit. So at this point, remember, we're rejecting where we've seen previous levels of support. So it is pretty common to see the market reverse from here. Doesn't mean it's got to be the end, but yeah, where is my stop? Y'all seeing this? Hold on. Bro. What the heck? This seems like a flaw. All right, I'm going to have to move it on my trade of it because I can't really see it here. There we go. Okay, so move my stop up a bit now. Yeah, who took profit? Put some W's in the chat. If you already took your profit, just respectable right over here. Some of mine hit TP there. Others did not. We're getting a pretty strong reversal off the rip. Ideally, this doesn't want to go and take out Tokyo lows and do all this right now. I would love for this to happen like another day where we get the market back down to like over here. Like this, all of this jazz can happen some other day. But right now, this thing can just rip. I'm cool with that instead. I much prefer that. Okay, so decent movement so far. Let's see what the chat's, how's it going with the chat? Been trying to log into my account with Tradeify all morning, keeps saying unsuccessful. That's strange. Grab the line. Oh, I didn't see a red one before, so that's why I didn't do that. But whatever, I just did it on TradeAbit. For options learning, what source do I trust? None. I haven't really seen any good ones. Damn, bro, I was just gonna give it back. That would be that'd be a bummer if this thing comes crashing back down. And it looks like it might. No. Oh, this is so sad. But that's why I said, guys, if you wanted to take some profit there, feel free. I had only one account that did. The rest is stop profit. So that's giving back actually quite a lot. Pretty fat reversal here. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes very good, sometimes very shit. But in terms of highest probability exit, still this is great. Like a 2 point something, 2.5. It's good trading. Can't be mad. Wish I would have done it. But hey, this could hold. Never know. And Q could be bouncing out of here. Look at this, played right into there. If NQ wants to roll, then Dow could also keep going now. Let's see. This is definitely testing your systems here, your trade management rules. And how disappointed you're going to be. So I had a couple contracts get closed right now, and then the rest of them. Fuck, that sucks. That was ass. Absolute ass. The saddest thing too is I think I was like $30 short from hitting 1,500 on and what's worse is if this thing runs from here, because NQ can still run. Would I call this a shakeout? Not really. Doesn't really create too much demand for a shakeout, but yeah, since we had the most momentum with Dow, I was very open to just letting Dow continue its way upwards. So it is what it is. I mean, got something out of it, so I guess I can't be too bummed about it. But yeah, the thing too is what's gonna be really disappointing is if this thing keeps running, and that the only difference was that I went from break even to stop profit right there. That's gonna drive me crazy if that's the case. I'd rather it just keep going lower now. But yeah, guys, this is why whenever you have trades like this where let's say you want to just have a good quality exit, when you take an entry like this and you've seen a strong levels of support before, the market loves to just get back over to here. So this is great take profits, like just consistently, those are great take profits. I was definitely more open to carrying this over because we had Dow leading the movement. So for me, it made sense. Now the question is, okay, well, NQ is still way down here. It's got these kinds of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's a lot more bullish in this zone. Is it worth taking a buy on NQ? It's not really, not for me at least. I think it's still pretty vulnerable. I think we can still keep crashing. So you have S&P that had this huge move to the downside. I wanted this buy last Friday, if you guys remember, for S&P, but we didn't really get it. It didn't fill us by just a couple points, so that was pretty sad. But yeah, I think right now, stay patient. If this keeps working its way down, then I mean, maybe we're seeing something a little different, right? We could, if it's possible, we might get Dow all the way down to this area, down here, where it would be taking Tokyo lows, trading where we had the sell-off over here. But yeah, Honestly, you know what? Looking at this and looking at how likely the market had this gap, I really should have just gone with a conservative exit because we're trading so high in the range. So one thing that can make your life easier when you're doing, when you're managing your trades, like qualifying your exit strategy. And this is, it can become, it feels like a lot, but it actually does make your trading easier, is if you have certain exit strategies based off of certain not market conditions, but where you're at in the market range. So for example, we're trading here, right? We're in this bigger 15-minute structure. And in this 15-minute structure here, right, we were trading at right around like a 23.6%. So we're trading much higher in the range. When we're trading in these areas where we're like really high in the bullish range, well, the market definitely has incentive to work its way down to here, right? So when you are, I can't really think of the terminology, but when we have these kind of moments and these kind of areas in price, this is where we can have different types of exit strategies. So like, all right, the market's, let's say, very bullish. You're still in a very, let's say, a premium range. Okay, you know what? Having more, like going for the first smart money targets, going for more conservative exits, that could be your rule. When you're deeper in a pullback, let's say, for example, we were to have let's say we were in this like 618, we're in this zone over here. Okay, now that we're in more of a discounted range, this is when taking trades for much longer make more sense. So as disappointing as it is to see thousands and thousands of dollars not be realized, I mean, you got to make it useful in some way or another, right? So this is kind of the context of how I can put things together and kind of just keep developing better and more confident approaches, right? Like, so for me, I mean, at least some of these accounts got something out of it, which is better than nothing. But yeah, I would say moving forward, especially because there's such a difference, right? We had such a difference, like NQ's trading way down here, and we had Dow over here. And also, one thing I want to bring up, and I want to give you guys, this is two different things. One is going to be on the cycle, the emotional cycle of a trade, and then two, the difference between us having really good entries and having good exits. So I want you guys to think about first the exits and the entries. Okay, so you guys saw how good that entry was. We waited for it. S&P lined up, NQ lined up. It hit our zone. Like the market, like indices right now are ranging hundreds and hundreds of points. Like the market since the beginning, like Dow gapped up 700 points. And we got an entry just about to the, like, I think we had 3 ticks of drawdown, 3 points of drawdown. Think about that. And then the market ripped and gave us 120 points of profit, 110, right? So 3 points of drawdown. That level of precision is incredible. Obviously that's the 1% of the 1%. And we do that relatively consistently here. But, so that makes you feel good. You're like, oh man, I'm the shit. You know, look at me, whatever. The thing is, does that pay you? Does having a really good entries get you paid? No. No, it does not. It feels good. It looks good. And someone will show you a very clean chart. Someone will show you the chart. But the difference between the chart and the account is where you take profit. And so, especially like on social media, you'll see crazy entries, you'll see like things like that. But then sometimes they'll just show you the chart. Why? Because where the profit mattered, where you would have gotten money, where you would have actually captured a trade, like capture it completely, well, it doesn't happen. So for you guys, I want you to think about what you value as a trader. Right now, where is your belief set on trading? How much are you valuing just getting into the market and how important that is and how good it feels when you get the direction right? And what I notice is that traders just don't improve their exit game. Their pullout game is weak. And that's just unfortunate. Because that's also why you won't grow as a trader. You won't capture profits you deserve. It may require you changing your exit rules, whether it's something that's more variable, something that's more fixed. Maybe it's a lot more conservative. So, but I need you guys to focus on that. Like, think about, it felt so good to get the right entry, but then it felt worse, right? When it didn't close. You didn't capture the moment. And that's also now the second thing that I wanted to talk about right now is going through the whole, the trade cycle of getting into entry, reacting aggressively, going straight into profit. It feels so good. You move your stop to break even or even into profit. And then all of a sudden, it all goes away. And it feels worse. Like, for example, think about the difference between, let's say this trade just would have gone straight to a loss. Okay, you lose. -1R. But this trade went straight into profit, went and hit 2.6, let's see, a little more, 2.7R. So this trade went and hit for me, like, I think I was floating $1,400 per account, maybe a little bit more. And then all of a sudden it came back around, and I think I ended up closing with like 200 or something. So I gave back over 2.5R. Terrible. That's terrible. So it felt so much worse to give back profits than even taking the loss. So just like that, that emotion can flip. But this is also when you start to make mistakes, because now you felt like the market cheated you, or you felt like you cheated yourself. Right now, your brain needs a time machine, and it's like, let me go back. Come on, like, let me take profit where I said I could take profit. Let's do something. Let me come on, give me a chance. Oh, I was this close of passing, or I was this close of getting funded. And so all of these emotions will come in, and then it's just grueling. But you got to remember, like, it only feels so heavy or so important right now. It's gonna be fleeting. There's a million other opportunities. Cool, you have another sense of proof that you know where to get into the market. And then also, just because this time, maybe you didn't take profit, maybe some of you did, but it doesn't mean that you need to change your entire strategy altogether. You just build evidence and go, cool, hey, here's this example where, I had a mitigation trade and it only went this far. Now you can think, okay, it only went 2.5. Okay, 2.5R, that's my new exit strategy. That's pretty premature. You have one example here. The other thing also is like, okay, well, it played into the previous structure, previous level of support. All right, let me put that down. And then now you may have theories. So cool, put that into, piece of paper, Notion, document, whatever. And now you go, all right, here is, should I be focusing on 2.5R strategy? Let me get, 25 trades, 50 trades so I can figure that out. Or are there specific moments in the market? Are there specific within market structure where I should be a little bit less aggressive or more aggressive? Can I track that so that I can actually have a good strategy, a duplicatable process? So something to think about, guys, as you're going through it. And hopefully that helps regulate maybe the irritation that you may have as you're going through the charts today, as you're trading today. And yeah, so anyways, that's going to be more useful than any trade that we've gone over anyways. But so hopefully you're seeing the value in understanding these things. Otherwise, like, you're still gonna just keep struggling. So I don't know. Go back to that, rewatch that. But right now, okay, so here's another example. It's interesting. It's not taking trades out of below Tokyo low. So this is the most obvious setup, which would be over here. This is the one that requires just waiting a little bit longer. Getting down over here, below the Tokyo low. This last push down before the market gapped up. So this is where I think there's pretty obvious buys. Where you might be enticed, maybe the market wants to do this, like where we had the resistance during Asian session, pushes down and then rises. Like this is the current like little 5-minute structure we're in. Maybe that's a setup. Maybe. I don't love it. But if, let's say, S&P is like trading down here or something, or maybe even below New York lows. So I'm curious, basically, I want to see where Dow is at when S&P is at this structure or even below New York lows. And then what I think the market can do. Because right now we're about to break these lows from the previous New York low. And then we're also, remember what I talked about last Friday, where I was like, hey guys, we have this like giant daily order block right here. So I think we can trade out of that. So seeing NQ about to break below all of this. Okay, great. So now NASDAQ has liquidated everybody. Anyone that was buying, like you're done. You know, you're good. No more money for you. That now drives, because Dow is still just holding it down, man. It is holding this thing down. So this is for sure just luring in tons of buyers. I think we still go down one more. I don't think it's over there. And that would either drive S&P to here or over to here. So there's a possibility that I take a buy, maybe just a half hour buy with Dow over down here. So we'll see. With all that being said, let's take a look at metals and then we can kind of wrap up the sesh. Metals have been slowly working their way down. Very slowly. So, I mean, this gold buy looks decent. What y'all think? A little sweep. The gold metals are just like, hey guys, you know, we're just chilling. Metals are at the beach. Yo, this coffee's fire. Damn. You said you made it with love? I can taste it. The love is there. All right. Yeah, gold looks good. I feel like of everything, I might lean off of metals or indices and just take the shot on gold. Like gold is just chilling. All right, so I'm gonna share this one. This one I have more conviction in than anything else. Got gold. All right, so this will be in our community. Obviously, it's free. Boom, posted. Corey would be at a 40R. Oh my God. 40 risk reward. Not bad. Bless his soul, man, who was up early for this one. What a banger. Shakeout. Hold on. Let's just look at this for a second. I think it's more than a 40R. Oh my God. 50R. Hey. 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 God damn. I'm gonna throw up. That's crazy. It's beautiful. All right, S&P, chilling, getting to the zone. That's what dreams are made of. That's right, Hillary. Is that Lizzie McGuire? Seth's in his bag today. Yeah, I like this gold. This gold setup looks just pretty reasonable. Down here is like the best entry. I feel like I might take it a little higher. And then, let's see where we're at here. Structure-wise, okay, we're good. I could see something here. Maybe a little 2R action. Let's see. All right, S&P about to tap into where we've seen previous levels of resistance here, where it swept, chopped up, lured in sellers some more, and then gapped up like crazy. That is bringing Dow not down very much, actually. So, okay. I'm still open to Dow. I'm open to gold for sure. S&P now at that zone. So I'm not going to target S&P for the buy. It's still a little too bearish for me. I'm open to something here with Dow. All right, let's see. And then if we learned anything, we would only take it to like here, London lows. Let's see. Meanwhile, NQ's bleeding out. Yeah, I'm gonna go half R once we kind of get into the zone. If S&P cracks New York lows and Dow is still in this range, then I might add on the other half R. All right, so it's in the zone now. S&P's over here. Let's see. Kind of wanted to get under this thing now. I feel like it might miss me. You got that song stuck in my head. God damn it, Seth. All right, I'll go half R here. All right, I'm in at half risk. S&P getting pretty close to taking out New York lows. If it cracks the low, then I'm, depending on where we're at with Dow, may take the other half. We shall see. And then where are we at with metals? Meanwhile, okay. Gold getting closer to the zone for reversals. Probably could have just waited for that too. Let's see, guess we'll see. So a little half risk action here. There's a chance that it just rejects this first here. Like these zones, just all this. So like this is 16 something. So we might get an initial bounce, maybe the full bounce. We'll see. All right. Dow's chilling. Dow's not moving up too much. We'll see. Let's see what time it's at 9:30. Okay. And then where does that bring us with this guy? Gold guy over here. All right, what are you guys doing? Are you guys taking anything here? Are you waiting? Are you off? You're just like, I'm kind of watching, observing. What's the consensus here, guys? How y'all feeling about the markets right now? If this does all of this, then I'll be adjusting. Watching this one. Cool. Stayed out. Better than last week. Sweet. Don't like it very much. But I do see how everything's lining up. Cool. I went in a little less than half with Dow. Holding gold shorts. Nice. Oh, you're in there. Yeah, this is relatively close. I could see why you would hesitate with Dow. These are not too many points away from each other, like 3 or 4 points, so understandable. Yeah, right now for me, this is more of like, just kind of a context play. And obviously we've seen better setups, so willing to dabble a little bit here, but it doesn't have to be the full risk trade. I feel like S&P is going to want to crack this low. Will we survive? All right. Meanwhile, gold is getting closer and closer. How do you guys feel about gold? You guys like the gold trade? We shall see. Cool. Well, guys, you can go either way at this point. This one, let's say, I feel like this trade will have a chance if Dow doesn't play out. Basically is what it seems like. So that's kind of, I wouldn't say the backup, but it's just another valid setup in another valid zone. That's how that goes. All right, it looks like S&P's about to clear these lows. And then will Dow hold up? Dow's got what? Another 40 points for a stop. All right. Cool. Well, yeah, guys, let me know. Keep in touch here in the school. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me for a bit here. I know you had, there's lessons to have. We got the opportunity to close out 2.7R. Some of you maybe did, some of you didn't. I know on one of my accounts, I was able to. On the rest was mainly a stop profit kind of experience, and then we'll see what happens from here. So enjoy, guys. Remember, we have the Fast Track webinar on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. That's going to break down exactly how in 30 days you can break out of that beginner phase, that beginner stage in your trading, and get to a whole new level. And if you want to accelerate your journey by a year to 2 years of experience in just a month, then yeah, click that link, check it out. I think I just got stopped out. Yeah, so New York lows swept with S&P. Just tag me out with Dow. And then gold is getting pretty close. So this is definitely the trade that I'm going to take here soon. So now it's just a matter of a little bit more time. But guys, great sesh, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Are you alone? 'Cause there's nothing perfect, but I'd settle for you. Grow old and argue. Are you alone? Are you alone? Are you alone? Are you alone?
time, even if we never collide. I wanna hear you say it. You know that I can take it. Won't ever keep you waiting, even if we never collide. Can't tell the change spaces in every conversation. It's only human nature, even if we never
I've been wasting time for way too long, saying I'll change, then moving on. Every day just slips away. I swear I'll start, just not today. I watch the hours disappear, tell myself I'll care next year, but nothing ever really changes. It only shifts and rearranges. I've been wasting time. I've been losing time. I've been wasting time for way too long. Feels like I've been here for nobody gives a fuck and nobody really cares. Nobody notices I'm falling behind.